for doing it differently. Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission says that it needs prosecutorial powers to win the war against graft. EACC further emphasizes that it should be consulted by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution before corruption cases are dropped from court. During the launch of the EACC annual report, EACC Chairman David Oginde said that he decried threats and intimidation and also cited interference of witnesses, which he termed as a hindrance to the fight against corruption. Give Us On Maina is the one who opens our coverage with that report.
The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission on Monday launched its annual report for the year 2024-2025. EACC noted the recovery of stolen public assets worth 3.4 billion shillings compared to 2.9 billion shillings recovered last year. EACC further revealed it had 133 corruption cases against 79 cases filed in court.
In the prevention area, as a preventive measure, the Commission heightened its intelligence capabilities, resulting to disruptions that averted loss of Kenya shillings 16.5 billion worth of public assets.
The report also shows the tracing of 27 illegally acquired assets worth 22.9 billion shillings. This includes the fraudulent acquisition and disposal of public property belonging to Calro worth 6.9 billion shillings and allocated to MS Kimeo Stores Limited. Irregular acquisition and disposal of 2 parcels of land belonging to Kenya Broadcasting Corporation worth 4.9 billion shillings allocated to private persons. Irregular acquisition and disposal of public land and property belonging to Kenya Railways Corporation worth 4.2 billion shillings. Land worth 1.4 billion shillings owned by the Kenya National Museums of Kenya has also been traced. EACC Chairman David Oginde and Chief Executive Officer Abdi Mohamud, however, declared weak enforcement of Chapter 6 of the Constitution, threats and intimidation and interference with witnesses, saying they were a stumbling block to the fights against corruption.
These challenges cannot be tackled by EACC alone. They require the concerted effort of government, private sectors, religious community leaders, our partners, and ultimately the collective resolve of all citizens.
EACC also wants prosecutorial powers to better handle graft cases in court.
The push or the desire for the Commission to have prosecutorial powers is basically to inject some level of efficiency so that once cases are investigated, like we do with civil cases, which we do not take through the ODPP's office, we take them straight to court, and we have seen significant success in some of those cases.
The anti-graft body moreover disclosed it is investigating bribery allegations in the recently held by-elections on Thursday, November 27th, 2025. Give Us Maina, Prime Edition.
Report put together by Give Us On Maina. Of course, my colleague Muchuma Odim is away for the week. Let's move on. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC chairperson, Erastus Ethekon, says that election theft in Kenya is an impossibility. Ethekon spoke on Monday during a post-election stakeholder engagement where he cited strengthened transparency measures, improved technology, and strict audit trails that the Commission deployed in the just held November 27th, 2025 by-elections. IEBC, however, acknowledged voter apathy, saying that attempts to influence the vote were neutralized through heightened vigilance by presiding officers and security agencies. Here's that report.
This country will burn in 2027.
The post-election stakeholder engagement brought together the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, state and non-state actors, among others. Here, IEBC chairperson Erastus Ethekon expressed satisfaction with how the electoral body conducted the recently held by-elections.
That to steal election in this country is an impossibility. These returning officers here can confirm to you, even observers, honest observers will tell you, the media that witnessed these by-elections, it's impossible. Ukipewa shilingi 1,500 utapata kura wapi ya kuweka kwa box na utawekelea wapi mbele ya all these cameras and eyes.
This even as the Commission added that the Kenya Integrated Election Management System KEBS kit performed optimally at 99%, ensuring transparency despite challenges such as voter apathy and attempts to influence the outcome.
Our technology worked 99%. And I'm sure some of the colleagues who are in the field, as far as Banisa, where we had a constituency by-election, Commissioner Noor Hassan can confirm that in Banisa, the KEBS kit worked 100% in identifying the voters.
IEBC also sounded the alarm of what it terms as dangerous rise of super agents who allegedly disrupted the mini polls through intimidation, violence and unlawful interference of the electoral process.
Most of them were sitting members of parliament or senior politicians in opposition. And the challenge around this super agents business is that when these people show up in a small polling station in Nyansiongo, Kerenyo or somewhere, they overrun the polling station because they will come in accompanied by their so-called supporters. And we condemn these instances of assault not only against our officers but also against the general public. We also witnessed vandalism and destruction of election materials.
We remain committed to ensuring that the electoral security is anchored on neutrality, respect for human rights, and a timely response to emerging threats.
According to the electoral body, several cases involving officers who were assaulted or interference of election materials were referred to security agencies, and arrests and prosecutions are expected. Yusufar reporting for Prime Edition.
To that story that we highlighted at the top of the bulletin, Energy and Petroleum Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi has disclosed that Kenya is now operating at 93% renewable energy as the country moves toward clean power transition by the year 2030. The Cabinet Secretary, who spoke during the commissioning of rural electrification projects in Busia and Siaya counties, where more than 280 households have now been connected to the national grid, said that the government intends to expand clean energy to rural communities as part of the national strategy. Ben Chumba reports.
Kenya's commitment to clean and sustainable power is gaining momentum, with the government now inching closer to its target of 100% renewable transition by 2030. During the commissioning of electrification projects in Busia and Siaya counties, Energy Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi said the country has already achieved 93% clean energy production, with rural counties expected to benefit most from the transition.
We are more than convinced that by that time we shall have achieved the 100% transition. But also, in the same year, we want to have achieved the universal electricity accessibility. Currently, the country hovers at around 76%. We are more than convinced that with the strategy and the commitment and the plan put in place by the President and his government, that is going to be achievable.
In Busia County, 72 households in Amongura village have been connected, giving residents access to safe and reliable power for the first time.
This county of Busia has been allocated some 1 billion shillings to connect some 17,000 or so households, okay? And Teso South is going to be allocated about 20 million out of that to bring on board about 2,500 households. This is a continuing exercise, and it's part of the promises that were given out by President William Ruto.
In Siaya's Game constituency, the Nderi electrification project has linked 210 homes, supporting learning at the local primary and secondary schools, while boosting small businesses and improving storage of perishable goods.
In this financial year, rolling on from the past one, this county of Siaya has been allocated 2.2 billion shillings for purposes of extending electricity. to the villages and to the households.
The Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation says such connections will help drive local economies, reduce the cost of doing business, and expand access to digital services in rural communities.
This power that my people will see today is going to boost the economy of this place. We've taken our young people to TVETs, they have acquired skills. Most of them will start their own small businesses. We are going to build entrepreneurs from these local villages.
The Ministry of Energy and Petroleum expects more villages to be connected in the coming months as Kenya pushes toward universal electricity access and a full green energy transition.
Mimi sikujua siku moja nitakuwa na stima. Stima nilikuwa naona tu kwa wengine, na leo nimepata stima. Sasa nashukuru sana. Nimekuwa na shida mingi juu ya kitu inaitwa stima.
Sasa hii watoto wanasoma wakiwa na raha. Hata mimi natamani sasa nianze biashara nikiwa na stima. Mwangaza iko kila mahali ninapotembea, kila nyumba naona tu ni mwangaza.
And with the commissioning now complete, over 280 new households here in Siaya and Busia counties have been connected to the national grid, marking a major milestone in rural electrification efforts. Reporting for Prime Edition from Game Constituency in Siaya, I am Ben Chumba.
Meanwhile, Energy and Petroleum Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi has accused the opposition of peddling divisive politics that lack a definitive agenda for Kenyans. Speaking in Amungura in Teso South Busia County after the commissioning of the community electrification projects, Wandayi expressed optimism that Kenyans will not support the agenda-less opposition. Elsewhere, Chief Justice Emeritus and United Green Movement Party presidential candidate David Maraga has called upon President William Ruto to release to the public the agreement that he signed with the United States of America government.
Speaking in Amungura in Teso South Busia County after commissioning of community electrification projects, CS Opiyo Wandayi took a swipe at the opposition leaders, questioning their agenda and accusing them of engaging in divisive politics.
Mimi naelewa ile jambo la nchi unahitaji ni maendeleo na mpango. Kama unaongea huko nje na una mpango ya maendeleo unapoteza wakati bure.
Kama Opiyo Wandayi ameingia na wengine baadhi wote wako ndani. Watu wa Nyanza wote sasa wako ndani ya serikali. Na sisi tulikuwa watu wa baba. Na baba ametuacha ndani ya serikali. Sasa wewe ni nani mwingine unapinga?
Elsewhere in Limuru, Chief Justice Emeritus and United Green Movement Party presidential candidate David Maraga opposed the commercialization of government institutions. Maraga also demands the agreement signed between Kenya and the United States of America be made public.
The agreements the president signed in the US, we want to get the details of that agreement so that we can make a comprehensive statement.
Meanwhile, United Democratic Party UDA national officials conducted a sensitization meeting in Kericho County ahead of grassroots elections, which are set for January 10th, 2026. UDA Secretary General Hassan Omar led the exercise, during which he noted that a total of 20 counties which did not hold elections earlier will participate in the exercise.
Tuko katika process inaitwa sensitization, ili tunaenda katika zile county ambazo zitakuwa na huu uchaguzi kuelimisha na kuhamasisha watu ili waweze kujihusisha kikamilifu.
And political leaders in Homa Bay County are intensifying calls for peace as cases of violence continue to emerge across various parts of the region. Led by former Nyali MP Hezron Awiti Bolo, the politicians expressed concerns that attacks on political leaders are damaging the county's public image.
Another one, if you elect a leader and then you come and stone your leader, what kind of people do we have? Shame.
Siasa ni sera. Na wacha tushindane kwa sera. Tusishindane kwa maviti, kupigana kama tumeshuhudia sehemu nyingi ambazo kulikuwa na by elections.
Gishuki Washira, Prime Edition.
Kenya Broadcasting Corporation Staff Pension Scheme is protesting a ruling by Justice Ocharo Kebira directing that the taxing master to base his calculation on the erroneous 18 billion shillings that lawyer Morara Omoke claims he recovered for the scheme. Through its chairman, Martin Kingasia, the pension scheme on Monday sought to have the deputy registrar, Daniel Mbeja, who's the taxing master, hear its plea before deciding on the matter. The scheme is questioning how lawyer Morara Omoke, who was hired at an agreed legal fee of 450,000 shillings, now wants to have his fee based on the fictitious 18 billion shillings. The taxing master allowed the scheme's chair to file his written submissions through its lawyers Gikera and Vadgama advocates by close of business Monday to help him make a ruling on the 15th of December 2025. Now, Has Petroleum Group Limited Chairman Abdi Nasir Ali Hassan has suffered a major setback after he lost a bid to secure a prime property located at Upper Hill here in Nairobi County that is valued at 1.2 billion Kenyan shillings. Delivering a ruling, a three-judge bench of the appellate court led by Justice Wanjiru Karanja, Mumbi Goge and Agre Muchelule dismissed the petition with costs, stating that it did not meet the legal threshold that is required.
In court documents dated 15 September 2020, the One Upper Hill Towers Limited secured a suit property in favor of Credit Bank Limited for the provision of financial facilities amounting to 1.2 billion to Jabavo Village Limited and Hesson Pharmaceutical Limited. However, on 30 January 2025, One Upper Hill Towers Limited approached the High Court at Nairobi complaining that although the loan was being regularly serviced, Credit Bank Limited had instructed the Purple Royal Auctioneers and Garam Investment Auctioneers to sell the suit property to recover the outstanding amounts. The court was informed that the move for the intended sale was malicious and procedural and unlawful, since the mandatory provisions of Section 89, 90 and 96 of the Lands Act had not been followed and the applicant's right to redeem the property was being compromised. However, rendering its ruling, the court stated, and I quote, where there is a clear evidence that the applicant is in default and the suit property aim was charged to secure the loan, the property becomes a commodity for sale upon the default. Ruth Wamboy for Prime Edition.
Well, that story brings us to our first break here on Prime Edition. We'll be back just shortly. Stay with us.
Don't you come near me.
Mrs. Trini, will you let me please explain?
You have nothing to explain to me.
What you really want to do is to get closer to Marcelo Escalante.
So what if that's true?
Come on, my love.
Please listen to me. I hate her because she's the very person who caused the death of my brother.
Lea Premium Flour, nurturing the world. Available in a store near you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kenya.
Wake up with Good Morning Kenya, the morning show that's got it all.
We dive deep into issues shaping our country.
Youth are a voice of a nation.
What is the next step for the young people?
Unpacking political landscape from Monday to Wednesday.
We discuss family matters.
It is very important to guard your relationship.
And for your health.
Someone doesn't wake up and they become an addict. It's in stages.
We've got you covered each and every Tuesday at 9 a.m.
Every Wednesday, it's all about The Viewpoint.
A day in politics is like 1,000 years.
Unpacking the biggest stories of the week, getting you insights and getting you ready for your day.
And the package is not yet done. I get to fix your Thursday with some entertainment. Entertainment Thursday, it is.
Good morning, Kenya. We shape your day.
Good Morning Kenya. Every weekday morning on KBC Channel 1.
Welcome back to Prime Edition. Now, let's look at what's in the courts. A man accused of defrauding Kenyans by promising employment opportunities in the National Police Service has been released on cash bail. James Chesimani Masengeli, also known as Timothy Katete Baraza, appeared today at the Milimani Court, facing charges of obtaining over 2.5 million shillings through fraudulent claims of 7 job placements. More details in our Scales of Justice segment.
James Chesimani Masengeli, alias Timothy Katete Baraza, is accused of defrauding 2,588,000 Kenya shillings between November 18th and 23rd, 2025, falsely claiming he could secure 7 jobs in the National Police Service.
Kwa kuweza kudai kwamba ulikuwa na uwezo ya kuweza kumtafutia nafasi 7 ya ajira katika idara ya polisi ya humu nchini.
During today's hearing, Masengeli appeared with his lawyer Shadrack Wambui, who pleaded for lenient bail terms. Wambui told the court that Masengeli is a law-abiding citizen, a father of 4, and insisted that his client is being mistaken for someone else.
He is a law-abiding citizen, serving as a police officer.
He requested access to all evidence the prosecution intends to use and emphasized that Masengeli is eager to clarify the circumstances and prove his innocence. Chief Magistrate Dolphina Alego granted Masengeli a bond of 1 million Kenya shillings and a cash bill of 500,000 Kenya shillings and scheduled the pre-trial for December 16th, 2025.
Application by counsel Mboya Shadrack is hearing aloud and the sentiments by prosecution therein. Now the bond will be as follows. A bond of 1 million plus 2 sureties of similar amount, or a cash bail of 500,000 plus 2 contact persons. A pre-trial will be done before this court on the 16th instant and further direction.
Letua Debra for Prime Edition.
A section of women in Kajiado County is calling on the county and national government to allocate more funds to help in empowering women entrepreneurs. Speaking to the media in Oloitoktok, the women under the umbrella of Friends Self-Help, as well as the Jirani Mwema group, cited numerous challenges facing their productivity in goat and cow rearing, a business that enables them to make a living. And as Timothy Kipnusu reports, a non-governmental organization, Worldwide Fund, has, however, come to the aid of the women, donating cows and goats, as well as training them on the best farming practices to boost their yields.
Kiwanja Village, Kuku Ward, Kajiado South in Kajiado County. Here we meet a section of women in their farm practicing what they know best. The women are seen rearing and feeding their animals in zero grazing in an area where drought is the order of the day. Speaking to KBC Channel 1, the women under the Friends and Jirani Mwema Self-Help Group tells us why they decided to venture into this kind of business.
Hao mbuzi tulipewa wakiwa 3 na sasa tuko na mbuzi wengi sana. So far tunaendelea vizuri. Katika hiyo shirika pia wametuwezesha kuwa pia na matunda katika boma zetu. Tumeotesha matunda ambayo wametupatia maembe, avocados.
Mtu anaweza leta mbuzi yake na inapata dume, anafaidika na hizi mbuzi zetu. Lingine bado inatusaidia kwa sababu tukipata hiyo maziwa itasaidia watoto wetu katika masomo. Maana tutauza, inawasaidia katika masomo, tutarudi tena kununua maziwa.
The women however call the government to help them with funds to steer their venture.
Ninaomba MCA wetu wa Kuku Ward atusaidie ndiye mradi pia ipanuke. Still kuna pesa katika national government ambaye mheshimiwa Pash anaweza pia naye akatushika mkono, na akitushika mkono ni kwamba hata hiyo deri ambayo tunatazamia kuwa naye, maana itakuwa deri ya wamama vikundi tofauti tofauti. Tutakuwa tunapeleka maziwa pale, tunauzia wananchi na inakuwa ya kutusaidia na ya kuwasaidia. Hata mfuko tutapata kitu kuweka kwa mfuko.
Worldwide Fund for Nature Kenya has in the meantime come to the aid, donating cows, goats as well as fruit tree seedlings to empower them economically.
Kiangazi imekuwa changamoto kubwa sana kwetu sisi kwa hii kikundi. Hata si kwetu tu, kwa hii maeneo ya Kajiado imekuwa kubwa sana. Inabidi tu naenda kutafuta chakula ya watoto, hapo umebeba mfuko wa kuwekea chakula. Na unaona una uleti ya kutosha sababu ya kiangazi ni kubwa sana.
Naona hawa mbuzi watakuwa msaada kwetu. Na mambo ya bei, hawa mbuzi huwezi ukafananisha na hawa mbuzi loko. Kwa sababu mbuzi moja at least inachezea mbuzi ya chini nafikiri ni ya 25,000 na kuendelea juu. Na hawa mbuzi loko ukiangalia ni mbuzi ambayo wanachezea shilingi 10,000 kurudi chini.
The organization has further trained the women on the best farming practices to enable them boost their yields.
Tulianza mafunzo ya mbuzi, tukaletewa mbuzi 3 baada ya masomo. Tukakutana na watu wanajiita WWF. Shirika hilo limetusaidia sana.
Mbuzi itakaposaa mbuzi mmoja, ikizaa katoto kanachukuliwa na mwanakikundi mmoja. Ikizaa naye ile itachukuliwa na mwanakikundi, ikienda ikizaa pia ichukuliwe na mwanakikundi mwingine. Kwa hivyo itaenda hivyo ikisungukana hadi kila mwanachama ama kila mwanakikundi ajikute ameweza kufaidika.
Timothy Kipnusu for Prime Edition, Kajiado County.
National leaders are urging young people to use digital platforms responsibly as cases of technology-facilitated gender-based violence continue to surge across the country. Speaking in Kibabi University, the president's advisor on women's rights, Harriet Chigai, stated that over 90% of the learners are exposed to online harassment and cyberbullying, a trend she says demands urgent national attention.
Justice institutions are struggling to keep up with the evolving forms of TF-GBV, mainly due to serious resources and limitations. GBV is not only a social or moral crisis, it is an economic crisis.
We are at an important time in history because technology is an enabling environment, it's an enabler for business solutions, enabler for good governance and many others. It is time we use technology for what it is meant for.
Let's now move to the counties, and the government is implementing competency-based education and training in all technical vocational education and training institutions to ensure that the curricular responds to the demands of the labour market. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba says that the ministry is also reviewing its funding model to ensure no deserving learner is locked out of training because of financial difficulties. For this and more, in our county's News Roundup.
Speaking during the 6th graduation ceremony of Meru National Polytechnic, where 3,370 students graduated in various disciplines, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba reiterated the government's commitment to transforming technical vocational education and training to be the engine that drives Kenya's industrialization and sustainable development.
Government is working with various international partners to open pathways to Kenyan skilled youth to access opportunities abroad through structured labor mobility programs.
Elsewhere, the youth have been advised against being misused by the politicians to engage in technology-facilitated violence. Speaking during the 2nd edition of the National Forum on the Technology-Facilitated Gender-Based Violence in Kibabi University in Bungoma County Governor Kenneth Lusaka also urged institutions of learning and the community to join efforts aimed at curbing cases of gender-based violence.
Let it be the moment of Kenya that Kenya decided that online violence is unacceptable, impunity will not continue, and every student deserves safety across both physical and digital worlds.
In Kakamega County, Ikolomani Member of Parliament Bernard Shinali wants security agencies to release residents who were arrested during the Thursday gold mine skirmishes, and the National Environmental Management Authority and Shenta Company to repair and reconstruct offices and classrooms that were destroyed.
watu wetu wale wamekosa, wale wahalifu wapelekwa kotini. Lakini watu wale wameshikwa wakitembea wakiwa kazini yao warudishwe nyumbani waendelee na maisha yao.
He reassured residents of Isulu and Bushiangala that no one would be forcibly evicted from their homes or land. Tilio Marco for Prime Edition.
The business segment now. The Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife has lauded the impact of the private sector in driving growth in Kenya's tourism sector. Tourism and Wildlife CS Rebecca Miano says that 5.1 million bed nights recorded in 2024 did not include homestays and Airbnb facilities, indicating that the domestic segment is a key anchor of the sector.
Speaking today during the official launch of the week-long tourism exhibition at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, KICC, Tourism and Wildlife CS Rebecca Miano noted that the private sector owns the establishments and experiences that drive the sector.
His Excellency has told us as a ministry in no uncertain terms that we must ride on collaboration, partnerships, supporting the private sector.
Principal Secretary for Tourism John Ololtua emphasized Jamhuri Week's aim in establishing Kenya's tourism sector as a cornerstone of economic growth, as the country looks to welcome 5 million international visitors by 2027, with the potential to generate 1.1 trillion Kenya shillings.
We want to acknowledge what the young people are doing and also say that we are partnering the youth hub for tourism and conservation that we are coming up with and that is already having activities. We will work together until every one of them is able to unleash their potential and promote our country.
Kenya is targeting 3 million tourist arrivals by year end with potential earnings of 560 billion Kenya shillings.
We have very robust and stretched targets of increasing our numbers, increasing our earnings, employments, and so on. And therefore, we really want to welcome everyone as we look forward even to the festive season. This is the best way to rehearse the upcoming festive season.
Ian Zive for Prime Edition.
Countries under the Northern Corridor Transit and Transport Coordination Authority are seeking to reduce health risks and accidents associated with the movement of goods along the route by addressing issues such as mental health, stress, fatigue, and also drug abuse among mobile workers.
Official figures indicate that at least 85% of the 40 million metric tons of cargo which move through the port of Mombasa annually is hauled by road along the Northern Corridor. According to Health Cabinet Secretary Aiden Duale, the more than 3,500 trucks which transport the cargo daily from the port of Mombasa during peak seasons carry not only goods but also health risks and essential needs of the mobile populations.
All this reminds us that health security is not an abstract concept. It is a daily, proactive responsibility, and mobility, while vital for trade, it also rapidly intensifies this risk.
The Northern Corridor Transit and Transport Coordination Authority, in collaboration with the North Star Alliance, has screened over 80,000 truck drivers and 40,000 female sex workers for HIV, TB, malaria, hypertension and diabetes.
It looked like the real danger. Everybody talked about how does somebody live on the road for so many days or months, and not being exposed. And it is true. In the early days, it really was clear that the rate of infection among the truck drivers was higher.
The collaboration is expected to help reduce incidents along the Northern Corridor.
In the last few years, the Northern Corridor has focused in making it a development corridor. And being a development corridor means you look at the aspect of interaction of the corridor with the people and activities along the corridor. So one of the key output of the corridor's growth and having to look at it as a development corridor is the health impact of the corridor on the population.
Our fundamental challenge, therefore, is how do we construct and manage the corridor that are only not economically efficient but must inherently be healthy, must be safe, and must be resilient.
Duale said through regional collaborations, Kenya is tracking cross-border diseases such as the recent Marburg virus disease outbreak, anthrax and cholera.
And elsewhere, smallholder avocado farmers are being asked to focus on producing high-quality fruit that meets international standards to tap the growing global demand. Speaking during a meeting with diversified stakeholders in the agriculture sector, Kiharo Member of Parliament Didi Nyoro emphasized on the need for farmers to adapt modern farming practices that meet export requirements to secure markets for Kenyan produce.
During the meeting that brought together over 20 agriculture organizations, the clarion call was smart farming.
70% of the entire rural population. Because the rural population in Kenya, 70% are engaged in, especially agriculture itself, farming.
With demand for Kenyan avocados rising steadily, speakers at the event said empowering farmers to produce quality products for the export market is key.
And small scale meaning we are leading the agro-vets, more than 300 outlets throughout the country. We have got another team that is handling the small scale to ensure that even farmers who are doing even small portions of trees of avocado, they can be able to get assistance.
Agrochemicals Africa Limited Finance Director Salman Karmali underscores the need for frequent training sessions and demonstration farms to equip farmers with practical skills and up-to-date farming techniques.
They are more user-friendly, not only the user-friendly, and they are not only price effective also, but they are good for our environment and our
During the event, the best in the avocado industry were fitted.
We are trying to bring the value chains around it. Even if they are selling a lot of it in raw form, at least there is something we are doing in terms of value adding. But I'm even more proud that beyond exporting the raw avocado, many of us here are actually also making oil.
The event was held ahead of the Avocado Summit slated to be held next year in Makueni County. Ruth Wamboy for Prime Edition.
From a legacy shaped through decades of transformation, the Tel Poster Pension Scheme stands as a pillar of security for former Telkom Kenya staff and their families. Guided by a dedicated board of trustees, the scheme safeguards benefit, ensure timely payment, and invest wisely for a stable future. Tel Poster Pension Scheme and Provident Fund invites all its members to an annual general meeting for the financial year ended 30th June 2025 at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, Aberdare Lenana Room. Watch this AGM live on KBC Channel 1 at 9:30 a.m. on 10th December 2025. Tel Poster Pension Scheme, assuring your future.
In a world where news is ever changing, staying informed is more important than ever.
Join us every week on News Check, your go-to show for the latest in current affairs, breaking news and in-depth analysis.
A warm welcome to KBC News Check.
From politics to global events, we bring you content that matter to you.
We're not just speaking about the governance and how we want to see it, but want to actually participate.
Get your facts, hear from the experts, and really understand what is happening around you.
We need to change our system first.
You have to do the impossible to make sure the message is home.
Stay ahead, stay informed, stay engaged.
Will these people, everybody agree?
Just listen to me.
Let's give him a chance to clear the air.
Catch News Check every Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Only on KBC Channel 1.
Welcome back. The number of registered mobile money agents reduced by 5.9% to reach 480,216 in the quarter ending September 2025. This is according to the first quarter sector statistics report for the financial year 2025-2026, July-September 2025, released by the Communications Authority of Kenya. According to the report, this decline may be due to a shift in how agents operate, driven by digital maturity where users do more direct wallet to bank transfers, pay bills, or transport digitally, as some agents evolve into the broader digital hubs for e-commerce or insurance.
Despite the decrease in mobile agents, mobile money subscriptions in Kenya grew by 1.9% to reach 48.6 million users in the quarter ending September 2025. According to the report, this growth pushed the country's mobile money penetration rate to 92.8%. The growth in mobile money subscriptions, CA says, is synonymous to the increase in active mobile SIM subscriptions. During the period, active mobile SIM subscriptions grew by 2.1% to 78.3 million, translating to a penetration rate of 149.4%. This growth, CA says, is mainly attributed to the continued expansion of mobile networks and ever-growing demand for mobile services. Despite the overall growth in mobile money subscriptions, the report reveals a shift in the mobile money market dynamics. Safaricom's M-Pesa, which has long dominated the sector, saw its market share go to 89.7%, down from highs of 94.9% during the same period in 2023. Meanwhile, Airtel Money increased its market share to 10.3%. from 5.1% over the same period.
I think the opportunities for Airtel Money are, significant in the market right now. If you've just seen the reports, we've continued growing. This is the 6th quarter that we have continued gaining market share, which is fantastic.
CES findings underscores a slowly changing landscape in the mobile financial services sector, long dominated by Safaricom's M-Pesa since its launch in 2007. The data also points to increased consumer choice as smaller players challenge market leaders. If the current trends continue, industry observers expect the market to become more competitive, potentially offering better pricing, services, and innovation for consumers. Alanauko, Prime Edition.
The turnaround for testing of food and other products has been reduced from 6 hours to 1 hour following the commissioning of 4 state-of-the-art laboratory testing equipment by Kenya Bureau of Standards. Here is Trevor Ngendo with the details.
Kenya has taken a significant step towards strengthening its role in food safety following the commissioning of 4 state-of-the-art laboratory testing equipment at the Kenya Bureau of Standards. The investment, made through a collaboration with the British High Commission in Nairobi and Trademark Africa, is expected to accelerate compliance with global quality requirements and support its ambitions to expand non-traditional exports.
And the results are linked even with our RAB information management system, such that immediately the samples are put in the machine, it's able to produce like 4 results within a minute, or even the number of samples tested have increased to about the equipment. One equipment is able to test about 32 samples.
The upgraded systems will slash the time it takes to analyze products and help minimize compliance risks for exporters, as well as ensure safer food products for domestic consumers.
Like for the NIR, which we used to get results maybe within 7 days. Now we are able to get results within a minute. It's amazing.
The other advantage of the near-infrared spectrometer is that instead of running one parameter at a time, we are able to set 9 parameters for cereal products, and just within that, under 1 minute, we have all the 7 results out.
For Kenya to be competitive globally in agricultural and food markets, it needs compliance, it needs policy, and it needs high standard quality infrastructure and testing.
We are excited about this partnership because then we are able to influence the trade ecosystem, and especially with a focus on standards, to be able to ensure that the products that are coming into the country and leaving the country are well tested and are of great quality.
Trevor Ngendo for Prime Edition.
Young innovators are being offered a platform to come up with solutions to local challenges. Absa Bank Kenya Head of Sustainability and Corporate Affairs Charles Wakabi says that the program aims to impact over 500 young innovators by offering them mentorship and boot camps to come up with innovative, sustainable solutions. The program is a partnership between Absa Bank Foundation and MK Africa's My Little Big Thing.
And helping and working together with them to help them achieve what they dream about. And it also touches on natural resource management, since a lot of this will be touching on climate related issues. And so it's a privilege to be able to join hands together with MK Africa to put this partnership in perspective, and we look forward to what it can be for us.
This is an incredibly exciting time for us at MK Africa because Absa is opening up a new space for us to be able to reach even more young people than we have been able to in the past. Training them and mentoring them on innovations around sustainability and offering them mentorship so that they can start sustainable ventures.
Baba Jina.
Na mayai sikuiona. Akibada ile pesa yote. Masa!
Kwanza yenda alinitengenezea hii.
Wow. Sisi skills zitamsaidia in future.
Josh! Mama Cindy. Mama Kenti toka. Kumbe hivi ni kweli.
Ni nini unaficha? Hiyo pesa nitakurudishia. Monica.
Nitagundu wakita.
Ports Authority KPA women's basketball team continued their impressive team form at the Women's Basketball League Africa WBLA with an emphatic 82-53 win over First Bank of Nigeria in Cairo, Egypt. Playing their second match of the tournament, KPA, who missed the 2024 season, dominated all 4 quarters at the Meanwhile, Kenya's team to the upcoming Africa Youth Games has officially received the national flag ahead of their departure to Luanda, Angola. Kenya will be represented by 83 athletes in the games, which are slated for the 10th all the way to the 22nd of this month.
The Kenyan team to this year's Africa Youth Games officially received the national flag ahead of the Continental Showpiece to be held in Angola. The ceremony was led by the National Olympic Committee of Kenya President Shedrack Maluki, who called on the young athletes to give their all and represent the country with pride.
Honored to be here today to wish our young athletes all the best in Angola. This is the future of our sport and also the leaders of our generation. So we wish them well. May God be with them.
Young team which is vibrant, raring to go, and we as the National Olympic Committee of Kenya, we are behind this team, and we also want to take this opportunity to thank the government of the Republic of Kenya, the Minister, the PS, and above all His Excellency the President for availing the funds.
Kenya will be represented by 83 athletes who will feature in 17 different sporting activities, including weightlifting, volleyball, athletics, fencing, among others. During the previous edition of the Games held in Algiers in Algeria in 2018, Kenya finished 10th overall on the medal table after bagging home 15 medals, 6 gold, 4 silver and 5 bronze medals. Frederick Moki for Prime Edition.
Seniors Football Club were crowned champions of the inaugural Wamatangi Football Club after defeating Butterfly Football Club from Ruiru 6-5 in a tense penalty shootout. The thrilling final took place during the official launch of the newly constructed Thigio Stadium in Deya Ward, that's in Limuru Sub-County. Following the win, Githunguri Seniors pocketed $500,000, while Butterfly FC received 250,000 shillings. 100,000 shillings was awarded to the team that finished in the third position. Additionally, FKF Kiambu County was awarded 2.7 million shillings in funding to support and also grow the tournament. The tournament was geared towards giving an opportunity to talented youth in the area to showcase their skills and also to get nurtured.
Tumekuwa tukigojea hii siku na imefika, imetimia. Tumeweza kupata ushindi kama Githunguri Seniors, tumeweza kunyakua kikombe cha Governors Cup Kiambu County.
Ndio mara yetu ya kwanza, miaka yetu ile 10 hii ndio miaka kwetu ya kwanza kusema at least tumeweza kupata kitu ya kupeleka nyumbani. Kwa hivyo sasa vijana watoke kule mandukani, vijana wetu watakuwa wanafanyia michezo hapa.
Tuko na magonjwa mingi sana ambayo tunaweza fukuza wakati tunafanya mazoezi, na usitumie dawa tu, hata hizo dawa na ile chakula unakula ifanye kazi mwilini.
Wakati unafanya mazoezi, mambo na diabetes inakuwa inaenda mbali na wewe.
Kenya has earned widespread praise from regional baseball officials after successfully hosting the Africa World Baseball Under-15 qualifiers, a week-long tournament that brought together top emerging talent from across the continent. The event held at the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, JKUAT, concluded with South Africa clinching the sole ticket to represent Africa in the next year's Under-15 World Series set to take place in Italy.
South Africa displayed remarkable consistency throughout the competition, setting the top spot with the disciplined pitching, powerful battling and tactical execution.
We are going to watch to see if it's going to advance the next base or not.
Their victory guarantees the region's representation at the global event where they will compete against world baseball powerhouses.
Delivers.
Uganda finished second after putting up a spirited challenge, while South Sudan impressed many with a strong run that saw them secure that place in their debut appearance. Host Kenya settled for the 4th position, but officials noted significant improvement in the team's technical ability and game management.
So Kenya is growing as a baseballing nation, and we are hoping that going forward, and the lessons picked from this tournament are going to be applied as we prepare for the Olympics.
So we are trying to mold now, hoping that in the near future they will become good players. Because surely with all these challenges that we have faced in the preparation of this game, it's not easy for us to make up.
The Baseball Federation of Africa and visiting team officials commended Kenya for delivering a well-organized tournament, citing quality facilities, smooth logistics, and a supportive environment for young athletes. They noted that Kenya's commitment to growing baseball was evident in the flawless execution of the qualifiers. Frederick Moki for Prime Edition.
Rasmus Højlund scored both goals as Napoli went top of the Italian Serie A with a 2-1 win over Juventus last night. The Denmark forward, who's on a loan from Manchester United, slid in to put the defending champions ahead before Juventus hit back when Kenan Yildiz equalized after a counter-attack. However, Højlund secured the points with his second, a 78th-minute header from point-blank range. Napoli have 35 points, one ahead of Inter Milan in second. Juventus are 7th on 23 points.
Just half a dozen minutes to become even more of a hero for this fan base. Yildiz, McKennie, Yildiz, that's more like it. It had to be him for Juventus tonight. Their one standout performer this season, and Kenan Yildiz with the number 10 scores at the Maradona. David Neres with the ball in. Lang was waiting. There's Højlund! He's got another one. What a standout display from the centre forward. Napoli needed a goal, and he's produced another one. For the 7th game in a row, Napoli beat Juventus at the Maradona. Napoli 2, Juventus 1.
And that's sports. And that marks the end of Prime Edition tonight. On behalf of the Prime Edition, I want to thank you, including our sign language interpreter, Anne Wangesha. We will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Good night. My name is Mboya. Bye-bye.
Are you a talented artist? Or are you passionate about a topic you want to discuss? But money can be very hard to find for an upcoming artist. Don't worry, Studio Mashinani has got your back. Sign up on ajira.co.ke to book a session with your music and video producers across the country. Work on your music, jingles, spoken words, and even podcasts to realize your dream. All for free. Studio Mashinani, Radani Talent.
It is the second week of the Sherehe month. Yes, the month of December, and we are officially into that Sherehe season. And what does that mean for us as the Grapevine team? This is our favorite month of the year because we get to bring you events back to back to back. And today is no different, as we will be showing you the legendary singer's performance. That is the one and only R&B superstar, R&B legend, Joe Thomas. Yes, he was in the country and we captured that for you. We also have a Color Fest as well as a Spotify Wrapped and everything in between. Stay with us. My name is Vivian Degwa, or you can simply just call me Miss V, and you know what this right here is? Grapevine. What you gotta do? This is just the right way to start off the show. You know that right here on Grapevine, we got you covered matters, events. And right about now, for the lovers of R&B music and specifically old school R&B music, this one you're definitely gonna love. We are having Joe Thomas live in concert right here at the Uhuru Gardens. And specifically for me, I am here for the sing-along because, you know, aside from Joe performing, we're going to be enjoying some music from our dope DJs from right here in the 254 who will be playing us throwback R&B music. I'm sure they're going to touch on some Kenyan music as well. Now, I mean, if you are not able to be here, don't worry. That is why we exist as Grapevine. We got you covered. So how about you just get inside and get it rolling? Come with me. Friday evening, Uhuru Gardens came alive with nostalgia, elegance, and pure soulful energy as the Rhythm and Branch concert delivered an unforgettable night dedicated to classic R&B. The evening began with sets from some of Nairobi's finest DJs who took the audience on a journey through classics that defined a generation. Their mixes set the perfect tone, warming up the crowd with the familiar harmonies and slow grooves that have recently been making a resurgence in the city's entertainment scene. The event, curated for lovers of old school slow jams and golden age soul, transformed the historic grounds into a warm melodic sanctuary, and at the heart of it all was none other than the legendary Joe Thomas, the night's headliner and timeless voice of R&B romance. The concert drew a mature, stylish crowd ready to relive memories from the late 90s and early 2000s, the era when R&B ruled the airwaves, and Joe's music shaped countless stories of love and longing. Backed by a live band, Joe delivered a performance that was both intimate and powerful, reminding everyone why his voice remains one of the most iconic in contemporary soul.
Songs like I Wanna Know and All the Things Your Man Won't Do lit up the night, prompting heartfelt sing-alongs and moments of pure connection between the artist and the audience. Rhythm and Branch, together with We Outside, had curated the evening with a clear intention to offer a premium, comfortable, and nostalgia-rich escape for a mature crowd. From the stage setup to the ambient lighting, everything was luxurious and effortless. This was more than a concert. It was a revival, a reminder of the timelessness of R&B and the cultural power of events that celebrate good music with depth and intention.
It was organized, plus it was a live performance.
It's December. The music, you want to have a fantastic end of year event. You want to connect with friends. You want to just have a good time. And it was fantastic.
Honestly, it was superb. Although I know, unajua mimi ni Gen Z, so sijui wimbo mingi, but I liked everything about it.
10 over 10 minus nothing. The turn-up was lit. Everything was, the setup, everything went well.
I have been coming to Rhythm and Branch for, I think this is my the fourth event since they were in Naivasha Gardens. So I've never missed any, actually. And I feel like every year they keep topping themselves up. So I'm really happy and I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what's new for 2026.
That was such a well-organized concert. It was so beautiful to get to witness the Rhythm and Branch event. Until the next one, see you then for that as well. Now, right about now, allow me to take you to the screening of PA Season 4 premiere. Yes, this was all about stories that young girls get to live with and rarely talk about. It was one very bold and very, very emotional screening. Let's check it out.
Tonight on Grapevine, we take you to a screening that sparked some powerful conversations. At the Cinemax in Sarit Center, the team behind PA, Born to Fly, unveiled Season 4, a bold new chapter shining a light on stories many young girls live with but rarely speak about.
Maya.
Eli.
Is this what we're doing now? Kujeneka social media ni kama unauza kitu ingine other than makeup.
Unamaanisha nini?
The video, Maya. Hata ukufikiria kuniongelesha, you just went ahead ukakubali udilipo tu.
Ilikuwa time sensitive, alafu alinipigia.
Of course. They want clicks. And you give them exactly what they wanted. Wasn't like that.
The theme was clear, an untold story we can no longer ignore. Through emotional storytelling and hard-hitting scenes, PA dives into the realities of sexual pressure, manipulation, and abuse, issues that remain far too common for minors in Kenya.
Well. Sweetheart. Ndio kurudi? Unajua, inaonekana hii
hewa ya Nairobi imeanza kukubadilisha, si ndio? Abura. Hand holding and a smile like that. Yeah? Lazima kukuwe na mtu ambaye anakufanya una feel special.
I'm not doing this with you. Chana na mimi or else.
Or else what? Huh? Or else what, Abu?
Hello, guys. Nini mbaya?
Mimi sijui ni nini endelea na huo msichana, babe, lakini nimemwambia kitu simple tena sana. Mimi usiniletee wavulana kwa gate yangu usiku wa manane. Now all of a sudden, I am the bad guy for setting boundaries. Abu, please just talk to her.
And at the heart of this project is Sky Girls Kenya, a movement that has spent years empowering teenage girls to stay true to themselves. From confidence-building programs, school tours, magazine content, mentorship sessions, to safe spaces where girls can learn about boundaries, peer pressure, and self-worth, Sky Girls continues to champion the voices of young girls across the country.
When I heard Sky being invited, the first thing that came into my mind was, I really want to be a part of this, seriously, because how they're helping girls, you know, like to get out of their comfort zone and to be able to accept themselves and to become women who, you know, love themselves.
I love Sky Girls because it supports us girls. It makes us feel like we are somewhere in the society. So like they give us that opportunity in life so that other people may notice us, so that they can know we are also important in the society.
Guests, partners, and child protection advocates came together for an exclusive look at the series.
But you're not in Kisumu anymore. Nairobi and this city, it will eat you alive if you lose yourself. So do not forget why you are here. You enjoy.
The message of the night: silence protects the wrong people, voices protect our girls. Past Season 4 reminds us that courage starts with telling the story and change starts when we listen.
It would be such a shame if you and Akoth had to leave Nairobi. Go back to Kisumu. No school fees. To no shot at a real future. All because of a simple misunderstanding. Abura. Tumeelewana? Girl.
From the Sarit Center, Cinemax is where we get to take a break on Grapevine today. But don't you go too far, because when we come back, we'll be highlighting a Spotify rap. Don't go too far.
What you gotta do?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kenya.
Wake up with Good Morning Kenya, the morning show that's got it all. We dive deep into issues shaping our country.
Youth are a voice of a nation.
What is the next step for the young people?
Unpacking political landscape from Monday
Wednesday.
We discuss family matters.
It is very important to guard your relationship.
And for your health.
Someone doesn't wake up and they become an addict. It's in stages.
We've got you covered each and every Tuesday at 9 a.m.
Every Wednesday, it's all about The Viewpoint.
A day in politics is like 1,000 years.
Unpacking the biggest stories of the week, getting you insights and getting you ready for your day.
And the package is not yet done. I get to fix your Thursday with some entertainment. Entertainment Thursday, it is.
Good morning, Kenya.
We shape your day.
Good morning, Kenya. Every weekday morning on KBC Channel 1.
For charity, dial star 419 hash.
Nakuona.
Kuja hivi sasa. What is wrong? What is wrong? Buddha. Siku umedial star 419 hash. Shika. Yani hujui kwa option 3 kuna Pro Box. Pro Box. Usisahau kwa star 419 hash option 3 iko Pro Box ya bahati. Na ikikuangukia ufunguo utakufikia mahali popote ulipo. Usisahau.
Are you a talented artist? Or are you passionate about a topic you want to discuss? But money can be very hard to find for an upcoming artist. Don't worry, Studio Mashinani has got your back. Sign up on ajira.co.ke to book a session with your music and video producers across the country. Work on your music, jingles, spoken words, and even podcasts to realize your dream. All for free. Studio Mashinani, Radani Talent.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a night fight happening right here at the Broadwalk in Westlands, Mania. The debut of professional MMA fight happening right here, man. When you talk about, mixed martial arts or rather MMA, expect, a blend of boxing, takedown, and of course, striking. We are expecting 14 fighters across East Africa. We're talking about Kenya, UG, and Tanzania will be happening right here. Unaona nyuma yangu, hii inaitwa the Octagon, yeah? So we are ready to rock and roll. The fighters are ready, the fans are ready, and it's all about the debut of the professional MMA fight happening right here in the 254. Without wasting time, let's enjoy the highlights. Boom!
Over the weekend, Broadwalk Mall was the place to be as Kenya hosted a historic moment in combat sports. The first ever sanctioned professional MMA event in the country, Anza MMA KO Fight Nights.
MMA is a mixture of the martial arts. So with the martial arts, we have boxing, we have Muay Thai, we have kickboxing, and then we have the grandest of the martial arts, which is wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So if you mix all of them up, you're called an MMA fighter or an MMA practitioner, mixed martial arts.
From the moment the lights came on and the cage doors closed, it was clear this was not just another sports event. This was East African MMA stepping onto a bigger, bolder stage. Coaches paced, fighters warmed up, and the mall transformed into a high-intensity arena with a crowd ready for a night of action. The fight card was stacked with top professional athletes from Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, each stepping into the octagon with something to prove. From featherweights to bantamweights, each one of them brought a story of strategy, strength, and heart. Punches flew, takedowns hit the canvas, and every clean hit sent the crowd into a frenzy. For the fighters, this wasn't just about winning. It was about representing their countries, their dreams, and their years of sacrifice.
Fighting out of the 1-drive BJJ, George the Maverick
One of the standout moments of the night came from the women. For the first time in a Kenyan-sanctioned professional MMA event, the card featured two pro female fighters from Kenya and Uganda. Their bout delivered intensity, technique, and resilience, proving that women in MMA are rising fast and helping reshape the sport into the region. As the night went on, the cage became a showcase of East Africa's growing MMA talent. From explosive striking to creative submissions, the fighters proved that the region is home to world-class potential. Every round brought high-energy moments as coaches shouted instructions and referees stayed sharp. The crowd remained on its feet, reacting to every swing, every knockdown, every close call. Families, fight fans, influencers, and athletes gathered with one shared passion, the thrill of combat sports. And with every bout, you could feel the pride in the air. Pride for the fighters, pride for the sport, and pride for Kenya taking its place on the global MMA map.
For the winner, by submission, fighting out of Fight Academy MMA Dar from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, Dauda Gogeta Rajabu!
By the time the final fight wrapped up, Anza MMA KO Fight Nights had made one thing clear. The future of MMA in East Africa is bright, fierce, and just getting started. A night of power, precision, and unforgettable moments, setting the stage for even bigger things to come. You already know, if it's happening, we're there. This is Grapevine.
Anza has done a really good job of trying to get professional fights for the guys who had actually turned pro. There's some guys who are doing international fights. So they're actually like 2, 3, 4 Kenyan pro fighters. And now for us to be here, it's a very big event.
It's a comeback for me. I said I'm going to win first round. So
I did all that I could to get the win. So it does mean a lot to me.
Let's now get into a very interesting story. This is one that we always anticipate at the end of every year. I am talking about the Kenya Spotify Rap 2025. And we have new kids on the block joining the chart. Now we get to know what are the most streamed albums, what are the most streamed songs, and who is the most streamed artist of the year 2025 coming from the 254. Let's check that out.
Kenya's Spotify Wrapped 2025 is here, and this year the story is all about a major shift in the country's music landscape.
Samosa ni kama nzi yako ai venye ina slap kishash kwa bash.
For the past few years, Bien, Sauti Sol and Wakadinali have dominated the local charts, holding their own alongside global giants like Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Pickable. I just put the buggers in my chain. Pickable. 80 pointers like a Kobe Dane. Pickable. 7.62s, I make them plain. Pickable. I'm popping out your band, that's what my name. Pickable.
But in 2025, Kenyans spent over 180 million hours streaming music, and that time has pushed a powerful new wave of homegrown talent straight into the spotlight. Leading that charge is Njerai. Her song Akisioni is officially the most streamed track in Kenya, beating both local favorites and international heavyweights, especially among young listeners. Her album Unintentional also made a strong debut, marking a standout year for the rising star. Watendawili also delivered one of the biggest streaks of the year, with 4 songs charting on Spotify's local list: Inakubalika, Matata, Chamtum, and Hadi Kesho. And Toxic Lyrically wasn't far behind. Not only is he Kenya's top discovered artist of 2025, but he also landed 2 major hits, Chinje and Backbencher, proving just how fast this new generation is moving. S-class. This year's Wrapped shows that Kenyans kept their playlist heavy on rap, hip-hop, afropop, afrobeats, and R&B, the genres that now define the modern Kenyan sound.
Kwangu ni madam, I hope nangam. Story zangu umesikiza izinta false alarm. Rakan kaminya. Lenge kanipeng inabidi nakafinya. Siziza sikasi mrisi utajitoa. Pimp wake akanuliza umetibiwa poa.
Spotify's listening age data also reveals that the average Kenyan listener is just 28. Reflecting a young, energetic digital music culture. And Kenyan talent didn't just shine at home. Artists like Eid Aziz, Karun, Bien, Saudi Soul, and Zam flew the flag internationally.
I wouldn't be the same, no, 'cause I wouldn't play the same game, 'cause I know, yeah.
According to Spotify, Kenya's 2025 music scene is more vibrant than ever, a landscape where local pride, rising stars, and global influences are blending to create a bold, evolving sound. This year, one thing is clear. Kenya isn't just streaming music. Kenya is defining it.
We have finally come to the end of the show, and that was one very packed up lineup. I loved it, and I'm sure that you also got to enjoy it. Now, right now, I get to say goodbye, but as I do that, what better way to finish the show other than with Jabi D's newest release, that is December. That is what I'm leaving you with. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who has been tuning in. My name is Vivian Dago. You can simply just call me Miss V. And you know what they say, if you did not see it on Grapevine, then it most probably never happened. Adios.
It's December. December, you know the vibe. December, involve me, involve me, involve me, involve me. Sapene kuna good vibe, kisikia bula. Involve me. Muziki mkifeel nice, mkipata goosebumps. Involve me. Na penye kuna right vibration. Involve me. Tusikie fiti wote bas. Involve me. But the month ni ya shikuku.
Tushinde.com. Cheza safe, cheza smart. Gambling is addictive, not for persons under the age of 18 years. Sasa kwa star 419 hash uko na game mpya. Tushinde spin corner. Simply spin. Kisha ngoja, na kwa entry moja unaweza angukia na uspin hadi mara 3. Na ikigonga 25,000 na kufikia instantly. Cheza spin corner sasa hivi kwa star 419 hash option 4. Tushinde.com. Cheza safe, cheza smart. Gambling is addictive, not for persons under the age of 18 years.
Would you be open to talking to an AI about your problems? And no, I'm not talking about Siri, I'm actually talking about Therabot, an AI therapy that has been developed by a Kenyan startup that is Caleb Jefune, which is helping people out here with mental health problems. An example is his partner, who was first a beneficiary of the product and is now a developer in his company. We'll be telling you more about this later on in the show. You are rightly tuned in. This is Tech on Tech, and my name is Stephanie Ayeta. In our tech news today, the government's plan to build 250,000 houses every year received a major boost from new ways of construction. Clay-molded energy-saving stoves are replacing open-fire cooking technology used in most rural homes in Kenya. The government plans to build 250,000 houses each year, aimed at eventually closing a house deficit that the World Bank puts at 2 million units. This plan was launched in 2022. To hit this target, developers say a new way of construction needs to take root.
We know that if we want to clear that backlog, we need to build differently. We need to build at scale, with speed, and with low carbon materials. And this is what construction 3D printing makes possible, so that we clear that backlog soon.
14 Trees CEO Francois Perrault says the technology can help address the housing need. The first step of printing a 3D house is creating a blueprint using computer-aided design or CAD software. The second step includes installing the 3D printer on site with additional equipment. The printer then uses the converted drawings and prints the walls in layers following the predetermined design of the house. Depending on the design and architecture, the printer's position or nozzle might be changed during the process. The nozzle defines the finish of the wall, which can be smooth or layered. After the house walls are printed, the concrete is moisturized for another 24 hours through water spraying on the walls, or the construction is covered in plastic to keep the moisture from evaporating. 14 Trees used the technology to build a showcase house in Nairobi and 10 houses in the coastal Kilifi County. Pehu says that acquiring a printer locally and making mortar locally could also help bring down the cost of housing.
People don't really worry or care about the technology. What they care about is the design, the price, the way it is set up, the layout of the building. And the positive feedback we had was on the aesthetic and the pricing and the location of the project we delivered.
For many, such new technology has great potential but remains limited.
Yeah, in spite of the great potential of 3D printing technology, it will still take a long time for it to be able to compete with the brick and mortar. Brick and mortar, everybody can build their house anywhere they are. They're able to access the materials, they're able to access the tradesmen who are able to build their house, and they can plan the cost, they can plan how much money they have, they can build in phases.
This notwithstanding, 3D printing technology may very well be one of the novel answers to the country's house deficit. At a local market in Nakuru City, Nakuru County, Josephine Abongo is busy attending to a customer at her cooking shop. Abongo produces and sells clay-molded energy-saving stoves that she says are a great improvement to the open-fire cooking technology used in most rural homes in Kenya. The project is being implemented by Practical Action, a development-focused non-governmental organization.
I think it's becoming a talk that we are moving the discussion towards ensuring that our local people transit from the traditional cooking solutions to the new cooking solutions that save their lives.
Data from the Ministry of Health estimates that 21,500 premature deaths occur each year as a result of indoor air pollution triggered by cooking.
The use of firewood, as we know, when it burns, that smoke is direct. It's worse than even when you smoke because there is a filter. This is the primary use of the smoke, which has a lot of effect in the lungs.
Unlike traditional stoves, the improved vases are designed so the flame is aimed directly at the cooking pot to avoid wasting heat. They also have just one opening for charcoal and firewood instead of 3, and they are constructed with a thick liner made from a special type of clay for heat conservation. All these factors make these stoves up to 40% more efficient, reducing consumption of firewood and charcoal. Practical Action says around 200,000 improved cook stoves have been sold by more than 300 trained entrepreneurs like Abongo. Further, proponents of the technology say the innovation has cut costs for users.
We used to have a full ton, a lorry of firewood a term. But the way I've implemented it, I've saved almost 80% of that, which is a plus for us.
Kenya aims to achieve 100% access to clean cooking by 2028, in line with the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Well, we have very good policies, but in terms of funding, then it needs to match the good policies that we have in there.
The digital revolution in mental health care is transforming access, affordability, and user experience, making support as accessible as a smartphone app. Teletherapy and online counseling offered by platforms like BetterHelp and Talkspace have expanded access for people in remote areas and provided flexible, private options that help reduce stigma. Mental health apps such as Headspace and Calm offer tools for managing anxiety, depression, and stress, offered with AI-driven personalization that enhances user engagement. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are also advancing early detection and diagnosis, with AI-powered platforms like Wiser helping screen users for mental health symptoms and predictive analytics identifying early signs of distress. Digital cognitive behavior (CBT) platforms such as Silver Cloud brings structured, evidence-based mental health support to users' fingertips, while virtual reality offers controlled environments for exposure therapy and immersive relaxation. Wearable technology adds another layer of support by tracking indicators like heart rate variability and sleep quality, alerting users to stress-related changes in real time. Online communities and peer support platforms like 7 Cups provide users with connection and empathy, breaking down the isolation often associated with mental health challenges. Data analytics offer valuable population insights, enabling targeted public health interventions for mental wellness. However, this digital shift also brings challenges in privacy, ethics, and regulation. Protecting sensitive data and maintaining ethical standards in AI-driven care are essential in building trust. As these innovations continue to evolve, digital tools promise to make mental health services more accessible, inclusive, and responsive to diverse needs. In Kenya, a digital app known as Therabot has arrived in the midst of a digital revolution in mental health care, where the advent of mental wellness apps has opened new avenues for accessible and flexible support. These apps have democratized mental health services, allowing individuals to access therapy, guidance, and self-care tools from their phones. With the rise of mental wellness apps, support has become more immediate and stigma-free, addressing issues from anxiety and stress to relationship guidance and emotional resilience. Therabot stands out in the landscape by offering a unique blend of AI therapy and human support. Available through WhatsApp, Therabot makes therapy accessible at any time, providing users with personalized emotional support and coping strategies. Through natural, text-based conversations, it evolves based on each user's individual interaction, adjusting its approach to better suit their needs. Crucially, Therabot bridges the gap between AI and human therapists, recognizing that certain issues require professional expertise, especially in crisis. Therabot's design includes partnerships with licensed therapists. When a user expresses signs of severe distress or suicidal thoughts, the app connects them with nearby therapists, ensuring they receive timely and specialized support. This hybrid model highlights the importance of human connection, even in a digital context. In an interview with Caleb Jeffone, Therabot's founder, and Griffin Bala, the developer, we gained a deeper understanding of the app's mission.
Therabot is a mental health AI assistant to help you go through your day. So imagine we have less than 5,000 registered therapists in Kenya, and their booking time is always ever crazy. And then there are 3,000 shillings to book per session, and per session is 1 hour. And then you can't really justify that you can help 50 million Kenyans with 5,000 therapists. So AI must come in to help out. So AI, like Therabot, is an AI mental health assistant on WhatsApp to help you go through your day.
Griffin's journey is particularly striking. He initially used Therabot as a user before meeting Caleb and joining the development team.
As a developer, I met my CEO, Caleb. We were in an event, in a tech event. So he was pitching about Therabot, yeah. And as a Therabot user, and also a developer, I saw it a good fit that I would contribute to something that makes my life better. So after pitching Therabot, I went ahead to meet Caleb. So we chatted for a few days. Then I approached him now, asking him that I be part of the development team to drive forward now, to develop Therabot further and provide good user experience to the users, and also improve Therabot from the state that it was to now a better state according to the feedback that you get from the users.
This personal experience gives him a unique perspective and commitment to the project, underscoring the impact Therabot has on mental wellness.
Okay, my experience with Therabot has been great. As a software engineer, my day-to-day life is a bit hectic and cumbersome. So I have to deal with a lot of deadlines, I have to deal with a lot of work because our work is mostly mentally engaging rather than physical. So you find that at the end of the day, after your 9 to 5 job, you find that you are generally exhausted, and you might want to find someone to talk to. But again, for me, I'm not that of a kind of person who likes reaching out to someone for help. I'm more of an introvert than an extrovert. So here is where I was looking for a solution for my personal needs, and I bumped into Therabot. So Therabot is as a mental health AI chatbot. I saw it as a good fit for my need by that time, because it was offering me personalized support for my mental health. It was giving me how I can plan my day, how I can structure my day. It was giving me how I can improve my work-life balance, putting boundaries where I need to be, where they need, so that I don't overwork myself and get into a burnout.
Therabot represents the next phase in mental wellness apps, combining the power of AI with the sensitivity of human therapy to create a balanced, responsive support system for users. It serves as a beacon in the evolving field of mental health tech, where technology and human empathy come together to meet the growing need for accessible, personalized mental health care.
AI is going to affect every other person. But what we are doing at Therabot is we are trying to, as we are also trying to push in AI, we're also trying to push in the human aspect of things, whereby if you're not really convinced with our AI responses, now you can now request for a human person to come on board to help you out with therapy and your mental health status.
Hi, so this is the simplest way to try our mental health AI therapist on WhatsApp. So go to our website, trytherabot.com on your browser. Then when you get there, you can see what we stand for, which people are helping us to push the dream, and all the information, the frequent asked questions, our sponsors, and our blogs. Then after that, you want to head out and try out our mental health AI therapist on WhatsApp. So when you press chat now, it takes you directly to our WhatsApp. So when you get to WhatsApp, you can give it a name, any name. Mine, I have given it Mshauri. Ndo inishauri. Anyway, so hello, hi. I'm trying to look for a good emoji. No, let's say I have a bad day. So hello, hi with a bad emoji. So it will automatically detect that we are having a bad day using an emoji. So we just wait for the response. Hello, hi. It sounds like you're feeling down today. I'm here to help you listen. And then I'll give out your problem or what you're going through. So I'll just say, I have an exam in 10 minutes. I feel so nervous or anxious. Okay, anxious. Then I'll wait for my response to come back. The response come back and says, it understands, so it will help me to take a deep breath. You know, it gives me like the steps of what I'm supposed to do. And then the steps are approved by a physical therapist that you can trust the response. So take a deep breath and positive self-talk. And then I go ahead and tell it to kindly guide me on the process of doing all this. And then what it simply does, it breaks it down into smaller chunks that I can take. So I'll go with the take deep breath, and what happens is, let's just wait for the response. Good. Taking a deep breath, let's start a deep breath exercise. So inhale deeply. We're now for count of 4, hold your breath. For count of 4, exhale slowly through your mouth. For a count of 4, repeat this cycle a few times to relax. So basically that is it just gives me like a step-by-step process to like do that. So I'll just say thank you, and it will give you like a quick survey to do everything. So thank you for using Therabot.
With that, would you be open to confide in an AI chatbot? If not, why have you not been convinced yet? What are your reservations? Tell us all about it at KBC Channel 1. The hashtag remains to be Take on Take. My name is Stephanie Ayeta, and I will meet you in our next episode.
For charity, dial star 419 hash.
Nakuona? Kuja hivi sasa. Ona. Mama tu. Yes, man. Buddha. Siku umedial star 419 hash. Chika. Yani hujui kwa option 3 kuna Probox. Probox. Usisahau wa star 419 hash option 3 iko Probox ya bahati. Na ikikuangukia ufunguo utakufikia mahali popote ulipo. Usisahau.
Don't you come near me.
Mrs. Trini, will you let me please explain?
You have nothing to explain to me.
What you really want to do is to get closer to Marcelo Escalante.
So what if that's true?
Come on, my love.
Please listen to me. I hate her because she's the very person who caused the death of my brother.
Answer me, do you love him?
I do love him, Nora, yes.
She is the only thing that I value. You'd better not tell her anything because you don't know what I'm capable of.
Listen to the radio. Listen to the radio.
Everyone considered him the coward of the county.
I just don't wanna stop. Too much, never too much, never too much, never too much.
Nobody gets too much heaven no more. It's much harder to come by. I'm waiting in line.
You say your best when you say nothing at all.
I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me.
I'll fall in
She's been playing at a room on the strip for 10 years in Vegas. Every night she looks in the mirror and she only ages. She's been reading about Nashville and all the records that everybody's buying. Says I'm a simple girl myself, grew up on Long Island. So she packs her bags to try her hand. Says this might be my last chance. She's gone country. Look at them boots. She's gone country. Back to her roots. She's gone country. A new kind of suit. She's gone country. Yes, she comes. Well, the folk seems dead, but he's holding out in the village. He's been writing songs, speaking out against wealth and privilege. He says, I don't believe in money, but a man can make him a killing. 'Cause some of that stuff don't sound much different than Dylan. Out here down there, it's changed, you see. Well, they're not as backward as they used to be. He's gone country. Look at them boots. He's gone country. Back to his roots. He's gone country. A new kind of suit. He's gone country. Yeah, he comes. scene, this ain't on the rally. He says, honey, I'm a serious composer, schooled in voice and composition. But with a crime and the smog these days, this ain't no place for children. Lord, it sounds so easy, it shouldn't take long. Be back in the money in no time at all. He's gone country, look at them boots. He's gone country, back to his roots. He's gone country, a new kind of suit. He's gone country, yeah, he comes. Yeah, he's gone country, a new kind of walk. He's gone country, a new kind of talk. He's gone country, look at them boots. He's gone country, oh, back to his roots. He's gone country, he's gone country. Everybody's gone country, yeah, we're gone country. The whole world's gone country.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take